In the city of Contagem, there's a neighborhood. The neighborhood has a school.
A student reads a story she's written. Nothing special about that.
Near the school, there is a ravine. The ravine has 3 holes.
Except that until recently, this student and thousands like her would not have been able to read or write. A revolutionary learning system has given them the gift of literacy, and along with it, a bright new future.
In the holes live 3 owls, and here our story begins.
Belo Horizonte, Brazil's 3rd largest city, its metropolitan area is home to more than 5 million people. Immediately adjacent is the city of Contagem. Its population is young and growing.
We are a corridor city. People migrate to Contagem looking for better working conditions. This means that we end up with a high number of illiterate people.
Even without the influx of migrants, Contagem would have many areas of poverty and need. In these neighborhoods, the children are especially at risk.
Most of the time, they live on the streets without adequate nourishment and without adequate hygiene.
In the 1990s, concerned about the widespread illiteracy, educators sought a new way to teach disadvantaged youth.
We really needed a methodology that could help us to accomplish our goals at a low cost. And we also needed a commitment from other people who were interested in our dream to eradicate illiteracy in our city.
Their search coincided with a call to action by Rotary International, a call that the Rotarians of southeastern Brazil embraced.
When in 1997-98, Glenn Kinross, president of Rotary International, established literacy as an area of emphasis for our organization, we initiated contact with Rotarians from many regions of the world.
Rotary came and made all our dreams a reality.
In the beginning, we had a matching grants pilot project. This project involved all 5 Contagem clubs and was presented to a group of teachers from Contagem's public school system.
The pilot project began training teachers in a system called Concentrated Language Encounter, CLE. Rotarians from Australia had introduced the system into Thailand, where it was a great success.
We sent Glaucia to Thailand, and there she studied the methodology with Professor Sawalak, brought it back to Brazil, and then shared what she had learned with the other teachers in Contagem.
In CLE, groups of students move from simple to complex language forms.
The students can experience all the activities hands-on, writing, reading, and producing quality text.
Instead of using textbooks supplied from outside, they create classroom materials using their own words.
We learned a lot by studying the owls. Then we put a lot of our ideas into this book.
The traditional method is based on memorization, repetition, and a lot of note-taking. With CLE, the child is actually part of the process. The students build their own knowledge. They become part of the same book that will teach them how to read.
The main project of each CLE class is the creation of what's known as the Big Book, often adapted from a real story.
When it's time to select a book, the students are involved in the process. We pick books that are in sync with the needs of the students.
Our book was written by Huchi Hosha. In it, she tells the story of a kid that almost drowned in the garbage.
To many of the students, the subject was no laughing matter. Their families survived by scavenging usable trash.
Sometimes the children started fights because one was calling the other a garbage picker. So we started talking about the fact that there was nothing wrong with that. And in fact, it could become a source of income for the family.
Each group becomes responsible for constructing one or more pages of the big book. Then we mount the big book on the wall. It's always shown in the classroom, every day. And the teacher plans activities using the big book.
For example, Josie Nelly de Cruz's students wrote and performed a play with an environmental theme based on their own big book.
The children give wings to their imagination, and with the CLE methodology, they feel more included. They get more involved in the process of learning literacy skills.
And because of its communal approach, the concentrated language encounter method prevents students from being automatically advanced to the next grade.
The students work together in groups, and when one is not doing really well, the others will try helping him. And the progress in the classroom only occurs when everyone is doing well, so the system cannot fail.
The results speak for themselves.
The storytellers are the children who go to the school near the ravine, which has 3 holes where the 3 owls live.
11-year-old Chayana Ramos Barbosa is a student at the Sonia Braga School, an oasis of learning in a crime-ridden favela called Morro do Cabrito. In 2001, hundreds of teachers at schools like this one joined the CLE training project. The funding, almost $345,000, came from Rotarians in Brazil, Canada, and the United States, plus a 3H grant from the Rotary Foundation. The Rotarians created a network that connects teachers to the CLE training.
After we initiated the training courses for the teachers, we started searching for schools that were willing to participate in the project.
There are more than 200 Rotarians involved. Their involvement is huge. When they realize the efficiency of the methodology, they put their heart and soul into it. Sometimes the clubs themselves even supply materials.
Their dedication has paid great dividends.
When we moved here, I didn't know how to read or write.
In the hills above Sonia Braga lives one of Chayana's classmates, 10-year-old Angelo dos Santos.
Then, I started to get better and better. One day, I was able to write my name, and I was able to read my name.
He wrote me a little card. He drew a little heart and wrote, "Mom, I love you a lot. Because of you and my school, today I know how to write with my own hands by myself, and I still have it." Angelo, Chayana, and the Sonia Braga School are at the center of a movement that continues to spread across Brazil.
The objectives of the 3H project were to teach literacy skills to at least 55,000 students. To reach this objective, the goal we had in mind was to train 1,750 professionals.
The Rotary clubs met that goal and surpassed it.
We have already taught literacy skills to about 70,000 children. And we also had the opportunity to utilize our training center for teachers from all over the country.
We hope it continues this way, and that many other schools will start using the methodology in Brazil and in Latin America.
Another benefit of concentrated language encounter is that students become more integrated into their communities and into Brazilian society.
At the same time the student learns reading, he understands and interacts with other students and with the world. The methodology brings back values lost by our society.
The children from low-income families could be building a bridge from the life they have today to a better one. They can take a step forward. And they can do that through dialoguing, communication, claiming their rights, critiquing, and expressing their opinions.
crítica e dos posicionamentos. O filho da gente.
Our children cannot grow, cannot live, and cannot learn by themselves. They must have a helping hand. And where did I find this hand? I found it at the Sonia Braga School.
The Rotarian joins Rotary because he wants to serve others. This work is something I decided to do voluntarily. The salary I receive spiritually is so huge that you cannot put a value on it.
I would like to tell them that I like them very much, and I send them a kiss and a hug. God bless them and bring them good health.
For Angelo, the ability to read and write has opened new horizons.
I've already written 2 poems.
One of his poems touches on his battle to overcome illiteracy.
I walked through the fire and did not get burned. I walked down the ice and did not freeze. I walked by you and fell in love.
It's a battle that Rotarians have helped him win.